This tutorial is going to cover on-air NetScraper release 6.2.2 multi-aim session at one time. To do that, I've set up a NetLogger session here to the left of on-air NetScraper, and I have another host running another NetLogger AIM session. And those two sessions you can see in the active nets list here is the first one, which is NetScraper AIM 620 final, and down below it is on-air NetScraper final. So we're going to join these two net sessions, on-air net sessions. To do that, as you know, to join a session, you click on the net name to bring up the check-in list, which I'll do here. And here's the check-in list for the first net I'm going to join. And let's go back to the active nets list to get the next listing. Before I do that, you will note that we've also added two buttons down at the bottom. I call these the fast paging buttons, and it allows you to page to the next tab without having to swipe your finger or click on the tab. So we're going to page over back to the active nets, and now we're going to slide down to the on-air NetScraper final and click on it, and it now comes up in a tab. So let's go back to the first NetScraper check-in list, and let's join its AIM session. Again, to do that, we go up to the toolbars here button, and we bring down the tool menu, and you will now see the tool menu has the join AIM menu. Again, to review, if you don't have to join an AIM session, you have to have a NetLogger key. To do that, you simply go to Tools, go down to NetLogger menu, and hit the request button, and it will automatically send a request to K3CLR if the system you're on has an email client running on it. If it doesn't, you'll have to manually send an email requesting the key as it specifies here in the tutorial. Since I already have a key, I don't need to do this. Once you get a key, you go back to NetLogger menu, you go to Configure, click Configure, and it'll step you through the request for a key, as you can see here. It's pretty straightforward and easy to follow. Again, since I have a key, I don't need to do that. So I'm going to go back and bring up the Tools menu again, and now I'm going to click on the Join AIM. And when I click on the Join AIM, you will see that your window now view breaks into three sections. We'll start at the bottom. The bottom section is the AIM window. Usually I like to bring that up a little bit to make it large. Again, this is what we call the split view window, and the light blue bar we can slide up and down. Sometimes it's a little hard to get your finger to grab onto that bar, but if you're patient and tap it correctly, you'll be able to click on it. I've made it specifically this size so it doesn't take up too much real estate. On a phone, real estate is a high prior commodity. The next window up, obviously, is a check-in list. You can see who's checked in and who the lurkers are. Then the next window up is the message entry window, where you enter messages. Typically, you have to tap this twice in order to make that active. Above the message entry window is the toolbar menu associated with the AIM join session function. Again, on the left, you have the status icon. Every time it blinks, the purple color, it's polling to get any AIM data updates. or it combos as the leave button or exit the AIM session. The next button over is the select special message functions, and you can see different types of typical radio messages that are sent out, or you can define your own. The next one over is your favorite message that you want to send out, like good morning, and you don't want to have to type it in. If you just click this, it'll enter good morning into the entry window and automatically send it. The next button over is your send button, which sends the message that you've just typed in. Okay, so we now have a message here, and let's just send a test message and to make sure we're functioning okay. So we'll send the message, and what you'll notice is the buttons will go grayed out, and NetLogger protocol requires that you not send any messages more than 2 messages per minute. So while it seems like this is a delay, and you've got the reply back, as you can see back at the bottom, we still have to wait until we've met the protocol requirement of no more than 20 to 30 seconds one message is sent in that time period. The other thing to note too is that the aim receive message down here is totally controlled by NetLogger. And what I mean by that is the messages that are sent and received eventually back into this window are from NetLogger. So our sent message that we just sent was sent to NetLogger, and it sent the message back to us. We did not internally display this message prior to receiving it from NetLogger. So again, there may be delay here. After you hit the send button, it may be a few seconds before you see, or more than a few seconds, it may be as much as 20 to 30 seconds before you see it pop up in the bottom window here. So now that we've sent a test message and we know that works, well, let's actually send a reply message. So we're going to reply from NetLogger over here and send another message. And now we're waiting for that message to come. Again, we're waiting, but we're not waiting. We're actually delaying reading any messages, so that we're only reading every 20 seconds we're reading a message. Because the way the protocol works is we have to query NetLogger for any data, and we can't make that query more than twice a minute. So now we've got the reply back, so we know we now can talk and receive messages from NetLogger. Now let's go over to the next AIM session, and you'll notice that we're not joined in here. We only have the check-in list and the AIM receive message window, so we need to join that. So we're going to go down. We see the join is still available here, so we're going to click on that, and now we have a AIM session going on with the other AIM NetLogger session. So let's send a whoops. For some reason I'm having trouble. Oh, I forgot to click twice. Remember, you have to click twice. So now let's send another message. So we're going to call this second opper message, and we're going to send that message to NetLogger. And so we're waiting for NetLogger to receive that message and send it back. And now it's come back. And I can see on my other computer that it's received. We'll go to the other computer, which you can't see and we'll send a reply second, and we're waiting for the reply second to come in from NetLogger. And there it is. Now we're going to switch over to the other NetLogger session. And the thing that you need to remember is that protocol requirement of timing. When we switch, Netscraper manages the fact that we've been talking to one session and we switch to a new session, and it checks to see if we've switched before the 20 seconds are up. And if the 20 seconds hasn't ended yet, it will delay any communication. So you'll have a tendency of trying to flip between the two and realize there seems to be some delay between the two tab sessions, the two AIM sessions. And that's because you're trying to send too much data, and Netscraper controls that process. So now that we've tested out this new feature, let's before we finish testing, let me show another feature, and that is a thing that On-Air Netscraper has, that although NetLogger has it, Netscraper provides more features in the emoji data being sent. So if we go down here and we click on the emoji, you'll see that Netscraper provides all these different emojis, right? There is only a small handful of these that are interpretable by NetLogger, but Netscraper will interpret all of them. And what Netscraper does is it sends the code, the character string, to Netscraper, and Netscraper will successfully read that string in, send it back to Netscraper, and Netscraper will then reinterpret that to the actual image that it should display. So let's take this one right here, the wink, and we'll click on that, and you'll see that it's getting ready to send the equal P sign character strings, and we'll send that. And on NetLogger, we should get a message here any minute. Again, it's going to be delayed because of the timing. And you'll notice that on Netscraper, we get the image, but on NetLogger, we get the string. So it's Netscraper has the capability to interpret quite a few net strings to a image and display it. So that about covers the use of the dual session. Again, we've got one session here, we've got another session here. The number of sessions is unlimited. Just remember, as with all tab functions of Netscraper, the tab function that's in view is the only active tab function. All the others are paused so that Netscraper does not flood NetLogger with query requests. So we're going to end this session, and we're going to end this session by using the leave button over using the terminate button on the tab. And the advantage here is that we can leave, as I'm going to do now. We've left, but we don't leave the viewing only portion of the check-in list and AIM view. We're at this point, we're logged out of NetLogger as far as AIM, and in a minute you will see that NetLogger will show our session as being offline. But right now, I take that back. I'm sorry. This one's not going to show because I logged out of the other computer. So we're going to go to the other session that's logged into this NetLogger session, and we're going to leave that session like we did the other one, and you can see we've unsubscribed to that session, and NetLogger should pop up here in the AIM window that, yes, there we are. We have gone offline. So now we're viewed from all the other individuals on this NetLogger session as being offline, and they can't see us yet. We're still seeing the check-in list. We should have, no, I got a bug here. But anyway, so let's kill this session. We're going to kill this session and show what should happen. We do have a bug there, and I'll fix that at upcoming releases. And what I'm getting at there is, let's join the AIM session again. We've got the AIM session here. We'll see us online again here in a minute. And waiting for NetLogger to, and there we are online. We're going to leave the session, and we leave the session. Okay, and now we're going to kill this session. Anyway, that's the new feature. I hope you enjoy it. Again, send me an email if you have any suggestions or questions on air. That's great. Thank you.